Welcome to The Back Cover, the podcast that explores the classic soul music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I'm Karen Williams. Join me and my co-host Steve Williams, no we're not related, as we flip over the album covers and share stories of the movers and shakers that created, wrote, and produced those iconic sounds. We'll educate and entertain you, all while keeping the music alive. The back cover is recorded from excerpts of our daily radio show, recorded at WLTH-AM in Gary, Indiana. Welcome to episode 19. Today we talk about a performer who is almost forgotten in R&B history. His name is Little Willie John, and he was the forerunner to artists in the late 50s and 60s, such as Hank Ballard and most notably James Brown, both of whom emulated Willie's thrilling performances on stage. Then our friend Antone, a promoter and singer from the Chicago area, stops in and talks with us. He and Steve spill the tea on some iconic R&B performers. This podcast is brought to you by the Shake and Bake Family Fun Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Got travel plans this year? If so, then take a trip up the East Coast to Baltimore, Maryland and visit Glenn Dowdy's Shake and Bake Family Fun Center. It's right in the heart of the historic Upton community in West Baltimore. So as you travel up the East Coast and need a place to take the entire family, stop in at the Shake and Bake Family Fun Center. Call 410-545-1977 for more information. And Cherez Fashions and Accessories in Indianapolis, Indiana. You can visit them at 7868 Michigan Road or on Facebook at Cherez, that's Sherezz, Fashions and Accessories. And that's fashions with class and pizzazz. You can call her at 317-228-1122. Yeah, so that was a really good song.
Yeah, Little Willie John was one hell of a performer. One hell of a performer. He was a diabetic, and like I was saying earlier, he the end of his life was just not right, I don't think. He was put in jail by taking up for this woman that was getting beat up by another guy. And I guess the guy thought Willie was a punk. He pulled a knife on him. Willie beat him down with the knife. They locked Willie up. And so happened Willie was in jail for a little while, and he didn't have his shots that day. And I don't think the guards was trying to give him his shots, and he was kind of like I am. He's hypoglycemic. Hypoglycemic means if your blood sugar drops too low, you go into a coma. Mm-hmm. See, and you have to eat. So he went into a coma and died.
What year was that? Do you know?
I think it was 1967 or 68. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I got clips of his funeral. And his pallbearers were Johnny Taylor, Sam and Dave, Arthur Connolly, and I'm forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting someone. But anyway, those were his pallbearers.
Okay.
Eddie Floyd.
Okay.
They called themselves the Soul Brothers. And Willie had been locked up for about 4 or 5 years.
Wow, that long.
Yeah, and he had one hell of a band. Little Richard had a band called the Upsetters. Little Richard stopped singing rock and roll for a while and went back into the Church of God in Christ. And the Upsetters needed a band leader. And Little Willie John lived in Detroit, but he was from Arkansas. He got in touch with a man, and they were setting Detroit and everywhere else on fire. On fire. You're talking about people did not want to perform with this brother? Said, well, you got to go on behind Willie. Hell no. We just not really go on. And he would he set the standards for performing in those days. That's what James Brown got, the falling down on the knees. And someone else that I didn't mention that took from Little Willie John, Joe Tex. See, Joe Tex had the falling on the knees and the microphone and the cape, get this, before James Brown.
Okay.
James Brown just did it better.
Yeah. Because the please, please, please with the throwing of the cape off.
Oh.
And then the falling back down and they running
Oh.
over, putting the cape on him, and he throw it back off. So dramatic, so dramatic.
James took it
to another level.
To another level. Little Willie John had a song called, and I have it called, Talk to Me. And Let Them Talk. Ballard. Oh, man, he must have, oh, God. They say when he got through singing, his hair would be all over his head. Because, you know, they wore the finger wave.
Yeah, right.
You talking about black history.
Mm.
Don't nobody perform like that no more.
Oh, no, they don't do it. They don't do it. They don't come hard like that.
Oh, no.
Because they don't want to sweat their makeup off.
Now, I'll tell you one guy that can really perform, and he goes up and out, and he's a young guy.
And who is that?
Johnny Gill.
Oh, okay. Johnny Gill is a great performer.
If you ever saw him do My.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Because you know that was one of the songs we had a request last time. The song that, you know what, moves you from the dance floor to the, you know.
And see, what would happen was all these performers that used to come to the radio conventions, they would perform for us first.
Okay.
Before they would release the song, or the company would release the song. I saw Johnny debut that, My.
Uh-huh.
Man. I don't think it was a woman in the house that had hair on her head after that. That was in order. Because he does this Luther thing, but he does it well. Yeah. And he shakes while he does it.
Ooh.
See? Come on.
Well, let's just say he's a younger guy, because he ain't.
Well, he's got to be, in his 50s now.
Is really?
Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're
fine.
Doing
What's
good.
up, Moon?
Hey, Miss Karen.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
How you doing, Mr. Williams?
I'm well, sir.
Hey, Mr. Williams.
I'm listening.
I got somebody for you. Whatever happened, since you brought up Johnny Gill, whatever happened to Stacy Lattisaw?
She went back
in gospel?
Why?
I know it's my phone.
Yeah. She went back to gospel.
Oh, okay.
She left the music business. She was not happy with the way they treated her in the music business.
She was like Johnny Gill. They didn't know what to do with her, man.
Right,
she was 13 and 14, sounding like she was 30.
Wow, yeah.
Those are phenomenal people. You know, Johnny Gill and her made an album. Didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what love is with a single.
Yeah.
People did not know how.
Because they were so young.
Yeah, they were on Atlantic, and Atlantic did not know how to market them. Then they went over to Motown. You would think Motown would know. No.
Wow.
They just sort of let them slip through.
And see, Stacy Lattisaw's mother was a gospel singer.
And we haven't heard nothing from her in what, 25 years?
No,
More.
No, I thought she did an album recently.
It was
gospel. It was gospel.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but she hasn't sung pop or soul or anything for a long time. Yeah.
All right, Moon, my lines are lit up. Thank you for calling, buddy.
Steve, all I can say is this right here. While you're talking about performance, did you see where they post on Facebook this man down south was doing that hard preaching? Hardcore. That's southern deep hardcore 1940 preaching like on the morning bank. Did you see that man?
I just got here in 63. How am I going to know what they did in the 40s? My daddy was born in the 40s.
Go on YouTube. Did you see that man preaching the other week?
No.
Oh, you got to try to find him.
No.
You're talking about performance. That's what you got to try to find.
No.
Now you will see the original. But however, you just maybe thought about him when you start talking about performing. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow.
I'm surprised he didn't mention O.V. Wright.
Oh, God.
Because you know he probably say O.V. Wright and your boy are probably the best people he ever saw perform ever. Tyrone Davis.
Now, I got to give Tyrone some credit. He could croon. He really could. If he was sober, and if I'm sorry.
That's Bobby Ackland and Soul Serenade.
Yeah,
hit the spot right there.
Oh, man.
Oh, you hit the spot?
You hit the, as the old people were saying, you hit the spot. Yes, indeed. And Barbara Acklin, just like I said, I had a pleasure of doing a show with her before she passed away.
Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
I was working at WJPC doing mornings when Barbara passed. It was 92, I think. 92.
Yeah, but we did a show right here, even from Gary, a group called Club Fab. We did one out there on the Howling Cultural Center on 89th and I think it was Harrison Street there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we put a show together with Barbara Acklin.
Yeah.
And we had a Bill Coley dancers, and Carl Wright was the MC.
Carl Wright. If you don't know him, Carl Wright was the man in barbershop and in soul food. He was the guy that always came by to eat every Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. He used to spend quite a few afternoons at my house right here in Gary.
Oh.
He'll fly in to Chicago and ask me what I'm cooking. He loved my cooking. I used to go pick him up and bring him, and he'd sit there and lay on the couch and go to sleep there. Then I wake him up and he'd eat.
Now, Carl.
Okay, go ahead.
Carl was my manager at The Godfather for quite a long time because I used to do a set over at The Godfather off 87th and Stony. He owned Artists. He owned the La Mirage right there in Calumet City.
Oh, okay. I just met him one time, but he was a real nice guy.
He used to go get Michael Jordan and bring him over to The Godfather. And because Jordan couldn't get arrested when he first got to Chicago. And none of the women wouldn't have anything to do with it, man. But it's amazing how money can make you look good, ain't
it? That's right.
Hey, Ken.
Yes.
That boy you got sitting next to you, he took me home, girl.
He did? Oh, no, I can't stand the rain.
Come on, brother. Come on. When's the last time you heard that on the radio?
Man, I'm in the Pruitt-Igoe projects in St. Louis. You know, trying to stay out of trouble.
You mean that song took you back?
He asked me when was the last time I heard it.
Uh-huh. Oh, back in St. Louis.
Yeah. So that's been a minute.
And it was probably on KATZ too.
Kiss.
That's it.
Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, but no, you're jamming, boy. I got to get it to you.
Thank you.
All
sir.
right, then.
We appreciate you now. Right. Bye-bye. See what God will do for you. What he's done for others, he will do for you.
What? Let you play Ann Peebles?
No, it's the fact that they can call in.
Oh, because of telephone technology.
Thank you.
Telephone. Okay. Telephone technology is only 100 years old.
You won't give me no credit, will you?
What Johnny Taylor say?
Huh?
Who's been making love to my old lady?
While you was out Now you know what happened with that, right?
What happened?
When Johnny died, he didn't have a will, so everybody had to take a DNA test, and the girl that was supposedly Johnny's daughter, her DNA didn't match up.
It didn't? I thought they ended up with 3 more children.
They did.
It went from 6 to 9.
It did.
Yeah, because I remember talking to Floyd about it.
But now here's the thing. You remember when Johnny's daughter was in the Jet magazine for her Sweet 16 party? Mm-hmm. He spent $100,000 on her.
Yeah, but the other daughter who wasn't claimed was very upset about that.
Very upset.
Yes.
What year was that?
1970 something.
$100,000 in 1970?
Baby, he had just released Who's Making.
Johnny Taylor had a mansion.
Come on. Now this was his income. Not only was he singing, he had some songs he had written. Then all of his shows, Johnny was commanding $30,000 in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He worked almost every night of the week.
Yes.
Then he had a $2.5 million ranch in Dallas with at least 80,000 head of Black Angus cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a Black Angus cattle can retail for? One of them?
And the jewelry he wore was just
outlandish.
Man, he was very flashy.
Yeah.
So was Tyrone, though.
But Tyrone wanted to be Johnny. Hey, Pete.
I know.
Pete.
Tyrone wanted to be Elvis Presley. And that's the truth.
You know, I never look at that.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that, Karen?
I worked with that.
Yeah, I worked with Tyrone too. I opened up some shows for him, and I'm telling you,
hey, Pete,
Tyrone's
wanted to be
hero
was Elvis.
That's
Presley. Where that big belt.
That's where that big belt. Yes, that's why he wore that belt buckle.
It's like a bulletproof vest. It was huge.
Yes.
Even when he got that belly, it was huge.
And when he would walk out there and the way he would stand on stage,
his belt buckle
was like Elvis.
Like Elvis.
He liked Elvis.
Well, there's a brother here in Gary. He probably gonna call in a minute. There was a promoter back in the days in those nightclubs, and you know how Johnny was. Johnny come in, everything's got to be done. Tyrone, what y'all gonna do? The man, he was just classy. He was classy. I give it to him. He was classy.
Yes, I grew up with Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived in the same neighborhood, Southside Chicago. Floyd Taylor.
When I first met Floyd Singletary, he was working at, what's the name of this chicken joint over in Calumet City? Baked something. Oh, Karen, you're a foodie.
What are you trying to say?
It was a restaurant, and it still exists.
Boston Market.
He was a cook.
Oh, yeah, Floyd was cooking over there?
He was cooking. And he said, hey, man, I'm over at this club. It's a nightclub over on not Stony. That's Ashland. He used to perform at before he signed with Malachi. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was happy for him. But Floyd, he looked like Johnny, like his daddy. He sounded like his daddy. He was, you know, and wait a minute, his song. What is his song? Floyd had his own hit. He got one hit.
It was
before he passed away. One hit. Man, we were singing it. It was
about a picnic or something, wasn't it?
Oh man, but oh boy, I wish Hollywood could hear this, so he could call me. Hollywood is my band director. He was the band director for Tyrone Davis for over 30 years.
A Southern Soul Party.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Southern Soul Party.
Yeah. Floyd was on his way.
He was on his way.
Oh, he's passed away?
Yeah.
Oh, about 5 years now.
Yeah. Floyd's gone.
Same thing that
his
took
brother Johnny Taylor Jr. is still around. I worked with him too.
Oh, come on.
Back in the day.
Come on.
Yeah, he was trying to do it.
I know.
But he didn't have it like Floyd.
And I had to tell him that, and he didn't believe me.
Oh well.
I was nice though. I was nice. I said, JJ.
But those were the only two of Johnny's kids that I knew.
Now I know his daughter Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
The baby girl can sing her heart out.
Really?
She sounds like a Jill Scott.
Oh wow.
Neo soul.
Okay.
Okay, now
here you go.
Johnny had son T.J. Hooker Taylor.
Yeah, the trumpet player.
Yeah, they supposed to get together and go down to Malachi together, but Johnny Floyd Taylor went down by himself. There was a whole lot of bad blood between those two brothers.
Yep.
Well,
he's right about that.
He's right,
yeah.
Because Johnny never told anybody T.J. was his son.
Right.
Well, he played. He sung backup for Johnny Taylor.
No matter.
Mm-hmm. And he was right there on the stage and going on tour and everything. But Johnny didn't put it out there like that.
I'm gonna say it again, Pete. Like Johnny would say, "Hey, Pete, wasn't nobody business, man."
That was Tyrone.
No, Johnny coined that phrase, Pete, because he could never remember anybody's name.
Right. Tyrone started doing it.
Started doing it.
Calling everybody Pete.
Everybody Pete. Johnny
had a daughter.
Okay.
Excuse me. He had a daughter named Tasha Taylor.
That's the baby girl.
Yeah.
That's the baby. She plays guitar.
Yeah, she played behind. She bagged up with Johnny too.
That's right.
See, I met Johnny's son T.J. Hooker in Detroit downtown, and so Johnny Taylor's son Floyd, they was doing a set down there, downtown Detroit.
He was singing with his brother and didn't know it.
Right.
But now, who do you blame for that?
That's bad.
Who gets to blame for that?
I'm not gonna blame. I'm not blaming nobody.
Ain't no need of blaming, but all of them gone now. So except TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
But now TJ Hooker was his show name, and then when Johnny made the announcement, he started using TJ Hooker Taylor.
Right. So you're so correct about that.
Now with Floyd got signed. This is terrible. Floyd got signed with Malaco after Johnny passed away.
Right.
And they signed him because they heard him really singing at their daddy's funeral.
Yeah. But Floyd looked like his daddy.
Oh yeah.
Like
yes, he did. I said that.
Oh, he was. But they were not legally tailors.
Floyd was.
No, his name is actually Floyd Singletary. Him and his older brother. Though they were born when Johnny was singing with the QCs.
Okay.
Living in Chicago.
Now, Floyd tell us we booked him here in Gary years back.
Yeah, and he was using Taylor then.
Right. Floyd Taylor, right.
Now, here's the thing. Him and his older brother, they became tailors because they wanted to use the name because it was recognizable.
Okay.
Just like BB's daughter in Chicago.
You talking about Shirley?
Shirley is not a.
Man, I've been knowing Shirley for years.
That's her stage name.
Yeah, she's a dancer, isn't she?
She used to be. Then she started calling herself the woman of the blues, and she started singing the blues and playing guitar. I don't know what she named it. It wasn't Lucille, but
oh no.
But yeah, Shirley used to do a lot of different things.
Yeah,
right.
You know, Shirley's a hustler.
Yes, indeed, because I and Carl Wright did a show with her.
Now listen,
in Chicago.
Every time you call me, he said Carl Wright.
He didn't say.
See, he reliving the High Chaparral.
Yeah, he didn't went back there now. He didn't went way back there.
Every time I play a Tyrone or a Johnny song, he called. You know,
that's all right, man. He's protecting his era.
No,
his time.
It's not a protecting. It's thing that I
just remember.
Probably knew about it. I heard about it. I did something with them.
See?
Well, see, my show is all about keeping old school alive.
That's good, real good.
That's what my show is about, and I want to protect all the old school stuff, you know, and keep it going for as long as I can.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Back Cover. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to subscribe to our podcast, just go to Stitcher or TuneIn. Also, you can listen to us live every day at 1370WLTH.com. Please join our Facebook page also at The Ride Home from 2 to 5. See you next time.